Hi, I'm Heather Hubbard. I went from being a lawyer and partner at one of the largest firms in America to becoming an online personality and successful entrepreneur. I know what it takes to rise to the top. I also know all too well the toll it can take on your health and personal life. So how do you shine bright without burning out? How do you chase joy while achieving success? You're listening to the Hustle and Flow podcast. Welcome back to Hustle and Flow. I am your host, Heather Hubbard, and we are on day 3. It is hump day. It is day 3 of the Get It Done Challenge. So you are halfway there. You've been doing such a great job. If you are just now joining in and you're like, wait, what are we talking about? Go back and make sure that you watch and do in order day 1 and day 2 before you get to day 3. Or it won't make sense or really work. Okay. So go in order. They're short episodes. You'll be able to catch up easily. And you may be potentially watching this long after the challenge is actually done. Even though you can't win prizes anymore, you can still get the benefit of these exercises. So come back, do it anytime. All right. Day 1 was our brain dump exercise where we just got it all out on the floor. We didn't judge it. We just put it down. Day 2, we put it in our piles. Gotta get done this year, can wait. And I would like to get it done if I've got the time and energy. All right. So for today, and the rest of the year, we're going to take that pile of the things that have to get done next year, and we're just going to put them off, put them in a safe place. Now, I don't know where that is for you. It could be a computer file. Maybe you want to scan it. Maybe it's a PDF. Maybe you have a task management system. Maybe you have a special drawer or a box. I don't know. Just don't forget where you put it. That is going to tell your brain that it does not have to worry about it, doesn't need to come up with any thoughts about how we're going to get it done because it's covered. It's covered. We're going to handle it next year and we're going to come up with a plan for it. It is all good. It is okay to release and let it go because you're on it and you trust you. So you're on it. Your brain's going to just say, okay, fine. Sometimes your brain doesn't believe you, but we're going to at least try. All right. So just put it away. We're not dealing with it anymore. Not only this week, but the rest of the year. And as you continue to work through things, if you see something on your list that actually belongs over there, permission granted to move it at any time, and you can deal with it in the new year. All right. So now we have 2 piles left. Now, just for today, maybe for the rest of the week, it's going to depend on what you've got in your other pile. But just for today, that was probably the biggest pile. The pile of it'd be nice to get done if I have the time and energy. We're just going to push it off just a little bit, right? We're just going to push it to the side. We are not looking at it today. All right. So what we want to look at solely is the list of this has to get done by the end of the year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. So if it's your Post-its, then make sure don't be distracted by the other ones, right? Put them away or put them to the side. You are just going to look at the highest priority, what has to get done this year. Same with, whether you've written it on paper, you've got it on your computer. Don't look at the other stuff. Just look at the has to get done by the end of the year. And then as you're looking through all of those things, I want you to identify as many areas as possible. This is the game. This is the challenge. I want you to push yourself to find as many ways as possible to delegate, to ask for help, to not do it all yourself. So for example, if on that list, you've got something to do with holiday presents, well, are you solely in charge of the holiday presents? Maybe you have children. Maybe you have a spouse. Maybe you've got adult children, right? Like it could look very different where that doesn't have to be solely on your plate. And the delegating could look very different. For some, it is literally a matter of saying, we're going to sit down together, come up with a budget, brainstorm, and then we're going to split out who's buying what. Or it could just be saying, okay, you're in charge of this, or right. Like you don't have to do it all yourself. Now you might be thinking, but they're not going to do it the way I want to do it. All right. If you've done prior Get It Done challenges or listened to the podcast for a while, you know the story about how my husband trained me to leave my dishes in the sink. Now, he will say he did not train me to do that. He did not train me to do that because what he wants is for me to put it in the dishwasher. And he gets annoyed that I don't put it in the dishwasher. But here's the thing. If I put it in the dishwasher, he's going to move it. He's going to rearrange it because I didn't put it in right. Thus, he trained me to put it in the sink. Now, he will say, what I want you to do is just pay attention to what I'm telling you to do. Like, do it the way I do it. And that is the best solution. I don't give a shit about that solution. I think the way that you pack a dishwasher does not matter. That is ridiculous. And I do not have the time and the energy to get on board with a system that I don't agree with. Now, you might be the ones clutching your pearls saying, oh my God, I agree with your husband. Here's the deal. And we all do this in different areas. Okay. We think that things have to be done a certain way. When they don't, they don't. And for those of us who are very strong-willed or perfectionists or OCD, we're only perfectionists and OCD in our own certain way, right? But we think if it's not done this way, then that is not the right way. Therefore, I must do it on my own. Like, I'm just going to do it myself. And so you, me, my husband, all of us, we have trained other people to just not do it because it's not going to be good enough. And for those of us where it's not good enough, we're just like, what is the fucking point, right? So here's what you're going to do when you're asking for help and you're delegating. You're going to get really uncomfortable and you're not going to like it because you're going to be like, they're not going to do this right. Or you may feel the temptation to micromanage and say, here's exactly how you're going to do it in order to make me happy and do it right. We all do this with certain things, right? We're going to do our best to let that shit go because other people can help us. We may not like the way they're helping us, but other people can help us so that we are not as overwhelmed and we don't have as much on our plate. Because at the end of the day, unless you're a heart surgeon or something else, the execution is not a life or death situation. We simply aren't happy in that moment. And when we think about what all is going on in the world and what all we are dealing with, we got to let go. We got to let go of things being done exactly the way that we want them to be done. Now, if you tend to micromanage or you tend to want people to do things a certain way or constantly give feedback or take a project back over, just know that this, one, people may not trust you to let it go. And two, they may fall into the old habits based on the way you've trained them before. There might be a little bit of energy that you have to expend, letting them know that truly it doesn't matter. And you can say, I'm uncomfortable with this. I don't even like this, but life's too short. There are way too many bigger things in life than to worry about what the wrapping paper is going to be and if the wrapping paper matches. We're going to let that shit go. We are not living in a world where that can possibly matter. Okay. Some of y'all are already like you're hyperventilating on me. I know. There are other ways to ask for help as well. One, depending on your money situation, you can hire things out. So depending on what is on that list, do you need temp workers, right? Can you bring in seasonal workers? And you might be thinking, yes, but that's going to cost me more money. Yeah, but also your sanity is important. And sometimes you can make more money having someone come in. And I get it, right? It's like, well, how am I going to train them? But just consider it, right? You're going through that list and you're trying to be, you don't end up having to do it. Okay. But what I want you to do is to push yourself to think on every single thing on that list. What could I potentially delegate? Where could I potentially ask for help? Even if I really don't like it. Okay. So maybe it is, okay, I can hire this service out. I'm not going to make homemade baked goods from a kid to take to school. The bakery is going to do it. Okay. Okay. And in the scheme of things, that doesn't matter. Maybe again, it's asking, an associate, a colleague, someone who's junior to you to do something, to take over something, to run with something. And maybe it's not the whole project, but a part of the project. So that is your task for today. Go through just the has to get done by the end of the year. And I challenge you to find as many ways as possible to ask for help, to hire things out, to delegate, and to use the resources and community around you. And then I want you to come join me at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and tell me what you did. Share with me how hard it was. Tell me all the reasons why I am wrong and you couldn't possibly delegate this stuff, because I probably have some thoughts for you. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to help you process it. So come join me on YouTube Live. Make sure that you are in for the prize. Okay. And also, I've got an exciting announcement in a minute. So for the prize for today, one, you got to be officially registered, getitdonechallenge.com. And that's number one. Number two, follow me on Instagram. A lot of you you've already done both. Perfect. Check, 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 check. All right. So the third thing that you're going to do is I think you're going to like, I can't remember if it was just like or comment. Go ahead and do both. Like my post today from Instagram about asking for help and delegating. And then, because this definitely was part of it. If you've officially registered, it's in the email and also in the show notes. So those are your backups for, did this really count? Make sure that you comment letting me know at least one thing that you delegated today, at least one thing where you decided, I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to get support to get this done so that I don't have to do it all myself. That's how you're going to be entered for the prize. The prize for today, each day, is a ticket to the Planning Extravaganza on December 5th, where we are going to plan for 2025. Day 5 is personal and professional goals. And those tickets are $197. And this is the surprise. So I'll put them kind of together. Tickets are officially on sale. They're officially on sale at, I believe it's noon Central Standard Time. So if you want to go ahead and grab your ticket, grab your spot, you can. And they are 50% off through Monday. As a participant of the Get It Done Challenge, you can get it 50% off through Monday. You just need to use the code Get It Done. Get it done. Okay, so what does that mean for the prizes? Well, it's still the same. If you win, you get a free ticket to December 5, or you get to choose. You can apply that to the business bundle, which is December 5 and 6. So on December 6, we're just going to be doing business goals. And that can be if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a service-based professional where you're responsible for generating revenue and bringing in clients. So that works for you as well. That is $497. Okay. So you can use, if you win, you can use the $197 towards that, which leaves $300. But as I shared, 50% off through Monday with Get It Done. So, okay, look, now I can't really do math. So we're just going to round up. Let's say that the ticket is $500. Half off is $250. You still get the full $197 to apply to that. So we'll call that 200. I'm like, I can't do this math. Basically, it's only going to cost you, like, if you decide to do that, $50, which is amazing if you win that prize. So get your entry in for today so that you can try to get a free ticket. Like I said, you can go ahead and grab your ticket now. And this has always come up in the past too, when we do these prizes. You might be like, well, what if I win tomorrow? Or what if I win on Friday? Or what if I win the grand prize? No problem. We'll just refund that to you. So if you want to wait, that's totally cool. You have until Monday. But if you're like, I absolutely want to grab my spot now, go ahead, buy your ticket, and then you're still eligible for the winning. And if you win, that actually, I think, happened last time we did this. If you end up winning it, we'll just refund the money to you where you already purchased that ticket. So super excited. Hope that you all join us for the Planning Extravaganza. It is virtual. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. Lots of prizes, and you're going to plan for 2025. But today, we are just planning for the rest of 2024. And we are doing that by going through that has to get done list and delegating and asking for help. You can do this. See you at 3:30 p.m. on YouTube Live. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, give the episode a like and leave a comment below so we can keep the conversation going. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future episode or announcement. Listening on Apple, Spotify, or another podcast app, you can watch the video and join in the after show conversation by visiting hustleandflowpodcast.com.